Hey, hey, hey. What's going on, girly? Welcome to the Yungfleur Life Space. I don't know if you tapped in on here on purpose, but what is up if you are here? Oh my goodness. I have the YouTube fired up, but I don't think the people are joining in. Tonight is giving, it's probably because it's warm outside. I'm sure that people are feeling very hot to trot. I'm not mad at that. I understand. Let's see if we could get some people on tonight. Let's see. I'm gonna give it a smooth minute or two more just to see if the girls join on. I guess we are off for the night. Looks like people aren't tagging in tonight. Or are they? I don't know, y'all. Y'all say something because I'm getting ready to tap off. I'm tired as hell. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Tonight's giving real chill. I'm like, what's going on? Maybe the people are enjoying the lovely weather we're having. I would like to do the same, but parked my black ass in here for the live. So where are the people? Mm-mm-mm. Are people in here or no? Y'all got like 30 seconds to chime in, or if not, I'm getting off this thing. So let me know what's up. I don't know if people in here or not. Child, I'm over it, okay? If y'all gonna have me on here, I'm gonna do it. But child, do not have me like I am here too. Tonight is not the night. I don't have it, okay? I'm trying to be here for consistency's sake tonight, okay? But I'm here. How are you doing? Welcome to the space. I probably won't be on for too long with that in mind. I'm feeling real. Today's been a long day, a long, long, long day. It's been a very long past couple weeks, okay? But we pushing through because shit seems to be getting longer. But welcome to the Yungfleur Live Space. I'm Yungfleur. We are live. And I just felt like shooting the shit a little bit. I wanted to do this recap of the New York Fashion Week thing, but I feel like it may be better dedicated. I'm trying to still take stock of like all of this content that I'm pushing out, right? And the content I want to push out and like just the workload in general and figure out what's the most effective way to communicate and tap in with y'all. And I'm not giving up on the live, but I'm definitely going to have to, like I was saying before, maybe do just like one day a week, maybe a Tuesday, because I feel like the weather's about to get really nice and I'm about to lose y'all on Thursday. So maybe a Tuesday or over the weekend type joint, and then be able to push out some actual YouTube videos on here instead. Like, I feel like I gotta redirect the situation so I'm able to make content and have the stamina for that, because I'd be pooped. But yeah, I was like, maybe we'll talk a little bit about some fashion news. I don't really know anything else that's been going on lately besides Jonathan Saunders getting appointed to COS as their chief creative officer, but I don't really care about that, to be honest. Like, it's just another white man. I haven't heard the name Jonathan Saunders in so long, right? For them to now announce that he's been appointed to be at COS. I feel like everything else has just been continuing from where it left off as far as news is concerned. Um, and yeah, I did want to do the New York Fashion Week recap for the month, but I feel like the way folks be tapping in, it may be best spent on just doing a video recording for y'all, and then we could chime in from there. That might be the best bet. But yeah, it's been long. Or Sunday night weekly chill dinner recap. I'm so down for that. What it's been the challenge, of course, has just been figuring out the timing that everybody's on. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, at one point I feel like we had a rhythm. And maybe part of that was because I also had my main Instagram account like capabilities to go live. But I love the idea of a Sunday night chill, wind down. Like, that is so perfect for my schedule as well. But I just got to know that the girls are willing to pull up. I might test that out. I might test that out. Maybe not this weekend. This weekend is going to be very jam packed. But yeah, I may be testing out some different times, different nights out of the week that are like ideal. But I feel like a Sunday night thing could be really cute. Like, I liked when we did it one time when I think we were talking about some award show. I also don't want to have to like, I mean, right now I feel like the award season is coming to a bit of a lull before the festival, the festival season starts. So I think it would be a good time for us to like just key and talk about things before the week begins. And also, there's so much news that goes on through the week too. That was part of the reason I used to do the twice a week. So I think a Sunday night might be the best bet, like before the week goes on, because these twice a weeks, I don't think y'all want it. I don't think the people want it. I'm trying to give the girls what they're asking for, and the girls seem to be a little bit unsure, unintentional with their requests, and so Big boy Fleur is gonna have to grip back the reins. So yeah, definitely giving y'all like a once a week situation. And in between, just trying to manage life. I feel like New York is getting to that point, of course, where everybody like falls in love and is so happy to be here. And I'm annoyed already. Matthew is officially at Chanel Lynn in the building. Yes. I feel like the rumor mill dragged this out for so long. It feels like he's been there forever, but because we've been talking about this for months and months and months before he actually arrived there. I feel like the way that I don't know, that's what I'm saying. I don't know who's running the rumor mill these days, but I feel like the way it goes, everything is so like locked in. The rumors are damn near basically like soft confirmation, and we're aware of everything for so much longer before they actually announce it. It really ruins, it spoils the fun, as much fun as that could be. Mm-mm. You think Pronto will shut down? Hmm. Honestly, I feel like there have been so many unpredictable business moves being made lately. I'm not even sure what we can expect at this point. Um, mm, it just depends on how much they care about their legacy. Because there's been brands that have shut down that I didn't expect to really, go down so easily. But I don't know. For me, I haven't really been looking at the Pronto Schooler shows like that with interest, with intent. um, in recent seasons. And if Loewe ends up being a hit, so much so that like, you know, they're like super in demand, I could see them doing that. I could see them branching out or at least shuttering the brand or minimizing its production in some way. How many looks are you doing for the Met? The questions are getting there. Um, I can say nothing confirmed yet, actually. I'm not gonna lie. Nothing confirmed yet, but we'll see, we'll see, we'll see because the time is winding down. I've been doing my little touch bases to see what the people are feeling. Honestly, there's a lot of people that don't know what they want until literally in the weeks before. So we may have not gotten any, well, we've had some requests kind of floating around, but nothing confirmed yet. But I just know once we get into next week, once we get into the next 2 weeks, people are going to be going crazy. And the thing is that they also come at it, of course, like with these really some people will really come at it with these unrealistic requests and deadlines, and they're like, oh, can you have a dress for the gala ready by this weekend, and you're telling us on Tuesday, and they are dead the fuck ass asking you to create a dress and whip it up, mind you. Y'all haven't even discussed the design, y'all haven't discussed the budget, y'all haven't discussed none of the most important immediate details to get things going, and they're like, yeah, so can you get that ready by this weekend, yes or no? But yeah, so long story short, no looks confirmed just yet that I can speak on. However, we shall see. It's crazy what a week or two will do. But in the meantime, we are very busy with a couple other things that are going on. So you may want to pay attention to the social media screens and timelines in another weekend or two. If you know, you know. But yeah, no much other things yet. Um, I am really interested to see what Dochi's gonna wear for the Met Gala. That'll be cute. Yeah, I can't wait for the Met Gala coverage on here. That'll be cute too. I gotta think of some fun ways that we can do it. Maybe we could do a live watch together. Maybe a live watch together is what the doctor ordered, huh? Hopefully we don't become super overloaded that night so I can actually watch with the rest of the people, like, just like a spectator, a fan, and not like the press person trying to catch my fucking some credits. Doja needs to clean it up. Yeah, we're in a bit of a break with the style. It's not the worst. It's just like it lost a sense of like gelling together. That consistency that she really held before is gone for me right now. But I mean, you can't have it together all the time. You can't be like, you know, uniform every single day. And I hope that she ain't tacky, but I feel like she'll be with Tom. Yeah, I mean, makes sense. I mean, Tom Brown is, of course, the president of the CFDA. So I'm certain he's going to carry on his relationship with Doechii and the carpet for the Met Gala, especially because it is such a suit and dapper, tailoring focused dress code as well. I feel like Tom will get her right. He always does. He always does. He always does. Um, I do wonder what the men's are gonna wear. The men that they have on the board, of course. Um, but I don't know. I feel like the Met Gala, like I told you, like the main thing about it is that it's all about being like a just one big grab for advertisers more than anything. Like that's really the focus before anything. So once again, like when they talk about things like people not being invited or people not attending, like how can you care? Do you think Kanye will attend? Hi, Nathan Brentwood. Thank you for joining this evening. I'm Yungfleur. We are live. Do I think Kanye will attend? I don't think Kanye will be attending. I don't think that. I don't think he will be attending. He was wearing a Black Klansman outfit. I mean, he's crashing out bad, bad. He's been crashing out, but the degree of crash activity gets more and more intense by the week. And I feel like, I mean, like it just goes to what I say. The power that Kanye has, what keeps Kanye booked and quote unquote and uncancelable, because people can be to some degree canceled, but it takes a lot of willpower from the public. Um, the thing about it is like, what was I even going with that? I don't even know, child. Oh, so his bargaining chip when he approaches companies is to be like, hey, when I talk about something, people pay attention. When I show something, people want to know about it. When I drop a link, people are gonna run that link up and shut down that page. Like that is the strength and the power of Kanye. And he knows that he fans that by, being very outrageous and saying very salacious things, saying things that are very that provoke the people. He's a master provocateur. That is his claim to fame, and that's why brands continue to buy in with him, even when you think that anybody with a check should be turning their backs on him. And so the fact that he is good marketing, he has a mouthpiece that will get your brand or your information out to far-reaching areas, to certain demographics that are ready to shop on his dime as well, because he still has a very strong core fan base of folks who either don't give a fuck about the politics or are blindly willing to follow in his footsteps because he is their next messiah. Like it's so fucked. And so that is where the power lies. That is the antidote to the cancellation, is the clout. He is a clout machine. Now, the day people remove that and they don't give him that rise and they don't want to talk about anything that he's doing and they don't care to even bring it up or share it, the minute he's no longer a hype machine, everything falls away. And all of these brands will be like, yeah, we don't like Kanye either. And it's like, girl, the only reason you don't like him is because he doesn't make any money. All that other stuff is like an aside. You not making money, once you are not able to be manipulated for money or turned into, you know, a means of profit, you have no use to these businesses. They don't fuck with it just because they think Kanye's a really cool guy. he gets the people going. He gets the information out to where, you know, you would least expect it. And he's got buying power. So the minute everybody just is like, yeah, you're a nut. I'll see you later. Is the minute that we start the undoing of, all of what he's got going on. Starting to work. Like, people are obviously starting to get very fatigued with a lot of the things that he's saying, and the doubling down on it as well is not helping. He doesn't care because he's got a statement he's trying to make on free speech, whatever that means. And yeah, because of that, he's just gonna keep spinning out. Just look out for him to get more and more outrageous as time goes on, as a way to maintain that hold that he has on the people and the hold that he has on media attention. He's gonna do what he has to do to get it. So if it takes talking to academics, oh Applehead, oh frog looking ass, oh Franklin the frog looking ass, with a black Klansman uniform on. I mean, what else does Kanye have to do? Ain't nothing else to do, really. Why not? He's got all the time in the world for the goops and the gags. He's a goop and gag connoisseur. Do y'all hear that? Shorty is blacking in the background. What else did I want to talk about? Oh, you know what I do want to talk about? I was listening to Complex, or watching Complex's recent episode of their show, Let Me Explain, that is led by Miss Aria Hughes, who I believe is the director of, let me not get her role wrong, but shout out to Aria Hughes. Um, the editor in chief. How can I get that incorrect? But editor in chief. She was formerly the editorial creative director, but she was promoted somewhere in the past year. Yes, and she did an interview where she was talking with Moa Lola, talking about her designs. Did you get to watch that? Did y'all get to watch that episode? It's called "Let Me Explain." I really enjoying. I fuck with Aria Hughes, like, and just like her approach and her intention when it comes to journalism, and pulling in the context. And yeah, honestly, I've seen like one or two episodes of it here and there, not gonna lie, but this was the first time, like, I was at work, I saw it straight on my screen, I was like, boom, we gotta watch this. So I popped it up and watched it, and there were some really interesting points up, um kind of talking about Mo Lola's experience as a designer, her experience with the Black community is more on a global scale or cross-cultural scale within the Black community, the Afro-diasporic Black community, um, and just what it takes to get things off the ground. Like, the thing about Mo Lola, like, she is problematic as fuck. Yes, that's what she is. Um, and I think what she does is I would still say she's a fashion designer legitimately, but it's more so about her lack of accountability is scary. Lack of accountability. I'm trying to think back to the interview to think on what you're saying about that. But I do think there are, before I go into that, I do think that there are inspiring parts about the way that she kind of just works to her own method from the school of Kanye for sure. But the thing is that not every student is A plus. There are some people that understand that method of kind of like freely creating world building and kind of creating your own codes, and really seeing through the muck of what's going on right now to envision a future of supplying needs for people in that point in time that people end up getting with right now. And also this new idea, I just love, with her, how her story is this really alternative blend of the Afro international experience, and kind of pulling in these references from I'm pulling in these references from Lagos. I'm pulling in these references from London and Paris. And she just thinks everything doesn't matter. And she thinks people are foolish for always being upset at her art. There was somebody, my good friend Malik, he did a podcast where he has a podcast called Subtle Urban Sex Appeal. I'm sure if you are a subtle urban black sex appeal having baddie, you've heard of it, or just someone with sex appeal in general. It's a great podcast. Please listen up to it because he drops a lot of gems on there. But he was talking about how her work, she's from this thought where the work is more so about just being honest and being evocative, being very provocative. I mean to say, just like Kanye, it's more so about absurdism than it is about, building something. It's more so just challenging the limits of what can be tolerated. I think that's more so what it is. And I think in that absurdism, her brand both has this absurdist and also nihilistic kind of energy where it's kind of like very almost like apocalyptic, like everything's burning to shit, so why do we care? And I feel like she also adapts a similar attitude as well. And also, I feel like there are certain designers, kind of like a McQueen, for example, of course, who like really find ways to find life in all of that chaos. But crazy because she's so intelligent. Yeah, definitely very intelligent. I mean, is it unintelligent for something not to be a big deal to you? I mean, it could imply the possibility of you having a lack of context and not being aware. But what if the person is aware and doesn't care in spite of that? I think she's just really committed to a very self-centered universe. Um More than anything else. And just doing some shit for the hell of it. I mean, one thing I do chalk up to her though, like she's a really good from the way every time people interview her and they're like, "What did you know that this hat was gonna do well? Did you know that this dress was gonna do well? Did you know that this whatever was gonna be viral?" And she's just like, "No, I didn't know. I just wanted to do a thing." And it's, that eye for commerciality mixed with the shock factor is something that not everybody knows how to toe the line between. And I'm not even saying that she's really on an even keel balanced line with that. I think you have to beware that as a black designer, you're occupying a space that comes with responsibilities that she seems to have no interest in. I agree, but who who she's cool, but I find it clumsy and messy. My thing though is like, is that a crime? I'm not saying that I support what I'm saying is I'm not saying that I 100% support the work that she does or the way that she handles explaining her work or the fact that she leaves certain things just to people to discuss amongst themselves and doesn't really care to elaborate on certain things that people have a really deep sense of sensitivity, um uh subject matter that people hold a sense of sensitivity towards. um where was I going with that? She's cool, but I find it clumsy and messy. But I also ask, like, why does it have to be the responsibility of her to put every black person and the fate of, and the community of black fashion on her back? I wouldn't want Mo Lola to represent me. I don't think Mo Lola represents me. There are definitely certain things that she speaks on and certain things that she channels through her work that I'm like, you know what, I'm feeling that vibe, or you know what, I've been thinking about that. Or like, thank you. Like, this is one of the first times I've seen somebody kind of hit the nail on the head with a design that gets this point across. But do I think that Mo Lola is a representation of black fashion or the black community? By no means. And I would never want her to be that one. Just because I mean, the obvious things know, all of us are so nuanced, you know what I mean? And I don't necessarily subscribe to all of her philosophies. I don't necessarily recommend anyone do the same because that's not all of our paths. Some people are really here and their job is to provoke and to challenge the limits and to allow the rest of us that are a little bit, that may be a little bit more calm or a little bit more docile, you choose which word fits with you, to recognize, that these boundaries that have been put in place do exist. You know what I mean? Kind of tossing something at the tripwire to see what, if what happens, what explosion comes of that. So I think that's more so what the work is about. And I feel like when you start to look at it from that perspective and less about what we traditionally look towards with fashion designers, it becomes a whole other thing. I mean, Shorty was talking about dropping an album at the same time that she's talking about dropping a show. I feel like, and she's been saying that her sights are set so far outside of fashion, and she hasn't even gotten to a place where Moa Lola is like where, the peak of where it could be yet. And she's already saying, like, hey, this isn't my final destination. Like, this is not wrapped up in. And traditionally, like, if you're trying to be one of the best, like, it is about putting those hours and all of that mental space towards developing that one practice and that one practice alone, and really taking away any distraction from that. But she's somebody who, like she says, she creates in this kind of like all around multimedia space where the music informs the fashion and the fashion informs the visuals. James Baldwin said the responsibility of an artist is to make people see the world again as it is. I guess I'm just having a hard time allowing her freedom, and that's a me issue. And I mean shade when I say like that's everybody's me issue. Like, because what I without being like redundant, because she doesn't owe it to us to be an advocate for all Black fashion. It is a two-way street, okay? And this isn't, you could attribute this to fandom, but it's just genuinely when it comes to seeing or propping up somebody as a figure, as a platform, as a spokesperson, as some sort of a beacon or a point of contact for some sort of, representation. You know what I mean? That involves the public or the supporters lending their support and being like, hey, we're going to tap in with you. And that person agreeing to take on that title and be like, okay, I'm going to carry this on with this role. But I don't know that she has ever really sat there and been like, nah, I'm gonna put Black culture on my back. Yes, there's a lot of Black representation. Yes, she's talking about herself as a Nigerian woman moving through different countries and different experiences. But those things, especially coming from somebody who is just innately, inherently a part of the Black experience through no decision of their own, you're gonna get very different kind of things. You know what I mean? Just like how there's some of them niggas out there that's like, you're Black, but you're not really Black. Like, and I'm not talking about mixed people. I'm talking about people where it's like, it just gives like you don't seem to find yourself to be one in one with the rest of the community. And that's on them. Everybody is different. And so with that, it's up to us to kind of really not kind of, but to really focus on where we put our attention and our support. Apathy is the cloud killer. If you do not like it, do not support it. Don't speak on it. Don't reshare it. Do not allow that information to find other place to grow. Information in cloud is like a virus, and it's going to try and latch. It's very parasitic. It's going to latch onto where it can. You've got to just kind of stomp it out for yourself, and turn your attention towards lifting up the people that you do feel represent yourself, or the Black experience that you feel is properly yours. Now, we can't unfortunately control who the bigger people decide to prop up, the bigger companies and stuff decide to sponsor. Not directly, and not immediately either, but you can create a universe of your own with the people that you regard as a proper depiction of you. And I think that that's what we should all do. Like, I respect her right to be on some whole other shit as a Black person creating and figuring themselves out and what their existence means through fashion design. I can respect that for her and be like, love to see you channeling your path. And also, like, this is not like the twists and turns of this path, because nobody's perfect. Nobody's journey into fashion, nobody's life experience is perfect. Not everybody is thinking the right thing to think and saying the right thing to say at all times. And so that's another reason why I'm just like, there's a place to respect your space, to be like, hey, some of my ideas are really fucked, but some of all of our ideas are really fucked. And the fact that she's being the one person to actually put that stuff into garments and into collections, and whether we consider them high quality productions or real janky and real ghetto, she's making it real. This is the Moa Lola universe. And if you didn't know, the M is at the very front of that damn door. Okay. And I think that that's part of her space, and that's part of a real creator and a real artist. They're not clean cut. There are so many people that I idolize, and I've met them in person and working in the business, and I'm just like, oh, you are not a nice person. Like, you are super nasty. And mind you, still super inspired by you as a creator and the work that you do. But I also understand that it takes a lot of fucked up shit, a lot of turmoil for you to arrive at this equation and at the dynamic that it takes for you to make what you make. And so with that, it's like you gotta take the good with the bad a little bit if you want to pay attention to it. It's like you have to take that, like, these people are very conflicted, and so they're gonna have certain ideas. But I mean, Mola ain't no cousin of mine. I don't have to, like, I don't, I'm not DMing her like, oh, let's hang out, let's go, whatever, whatever. Like, it doesn't have to be all that. And so I leave, part of that where it's at. And I, take the bits and pieces that work for me. And at the end of the day, like, you also don't have to buy the stuff. Like, there are so many other things you can do. Just like she said, just like, don't buy it. Like, I do think, I do think the way that she talks can feel very flippant and very reductionist to a lot of people. But I do employ certain people to, like, give it a minute before you get your titties in a twist. Like, really hear what she's saying. Like, she's just literally like, this is what I like to do. This is me on my own wave. And like, people fuck with me who fuck with me. Like, I get emails, I get people reaching out to me. These brands that reach out to me that I'm collaborating with, they're reaching out to me because it makes them look good. But they also don't have to assume the full brunt of the conflict that comes around with the Moa Lola brand, because it's just a collaboration. They can dissolve that. They can 180 the whole thing and be like, we're outraged, we're shocked, just like all of Kanye's former supporters have been doing. So yeah, I think that she has her own place. But on the opposite end, it's like she's allowed to be free and radical. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think that we should allow the space for her to be free and radical. We should allow the space for Black thought that differs from our own. As a lot of us say, Blackness is not a monolith. And there are going to be parts of the Black experience that we do not resonate with, that we are ashamed of, that we are hurt by, that we are uncertain of, that we are completely aware or oblivious to, at the very least. And that's fine. This isn't a Pokemon catch 'em all kind of thing. You're not gonna be, you are not every Black woman. It's not all in you. It doesn't have to be. Like, that's the beauty of people coming from varying backgrounds, coming out and speaking their part and sharing their perspective, because then it does allow, to allow itself to be a signal for the other people that share that thought. Now, I mean, don't get crazy, you know, but yeah, I do think that there's a whole spectrum, and we should allow everyone to have their place where they see fit. And if it works for them, stay over there. Just don't do too much. Just don't do too fucking much. So yeah, I mean, y'all saw, did you see, speaking of Moa Lola and clothing and stuff, have you seen Usher performing in his latest looks? He's been wearing a lot of the new designers. Shout out to the stylist. Like, the power of stylists to really put shit on niggas' backs, like literally. Because they got him, and this is, I believe, Jason. No, this is Yashua, Yashua Simmons. Yashua Simmons. Yeah, he's been the one, excuse me, that's been dressing Usher for this tour, and in this era of his. And they really turned out some really cute looks. There was the Moa Lola moment. There was a Shane Oliver moment. Get into it if you haven't. I'm not feeling like pulling up photos because I'm gonna get off real soon. But please look at it. The Moa Lola look. There was the ooh, the Luar look. There was a Shane Oliver look, and I think a couple looks, all from like new designers. And they had all the backup dancers in the Moa Lola ebony shorts. That was a cute moment. And I think, before I leave for the night, I'm gonna say one last thing about the Moa Lola thing, and it ties into the conversations I've been having with folks. And Nathan, if you're on here, the conversation that we were talking about earlier, which is that people talk about you know fits the fact that they're really simple but really overpriced, but still has. It's just a reminder, like reminder into the Q2. Let's all listen up. Let's all lock in together, right? I most energy I'm gonna have all fucking night for this live, but it is important that I remind us all in 2025, talent is not enough. The girls who are the best at self promoting are really the ones that will inherit all of the things, okay? It is not enough just to be good. Think about all the people that we clown on this live. Think about all the people you kiki about and laugh at, and think about the fact that they are getting offered opportunities, not because they are talented, because we are clear on that, but because they are willing to put themselves out there and tell people that this is what they do. They are very, 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 very vocal. Whether you enjoy the content, whether you enjoy the productivity or not, they are very vocal about it, and they are the first to go up about themselves and the work that they do. You know, maybe that's the key to success. Let's try that this year. Let's be a little bit more self-gratuitous, self-centered, self-promoting. Be self-promoting. I feel like that's the change we need. All of us humble, hustling, hardworking girlies. So let's tap into that for Q2, shall we? All right. Well, that was cute. Thanks for letting me yap. It still lasted just about a damn hour, right on time. What about tariffs? Oh my God. Honestly, I'm still reeling from this tariff stuff, and I not this, Auntie, please. I can't. The tariffs, I feel like I'm at the fucking White House. I'm the fucking press secretary at this point. I don't know about no fucking tariffs. Child, it's gonna get hard for everybody, but I feel like I don't know. Like I said, I feel like as a black man in America, like dealing with struggle and strife is no surprise to us. So, I mean, we ain't got no choice but to make it through this shit. But these tariffs are really gonna rock the girls down. The tariffs are most certainly going to rock the girls. And also motherfucking Eric Adams. See, that's the reason. Yeah, I need to let me end this on a relaxing positive note. I feel like my eyes look lower, like I look more tired than I actually am, but I am tired. All right, y'all. I'm gonna hop off. I'm gonna try maybe the following Sunday. Uh we will do the live thing and test it out. I might pop up in the week too, but we'll see. But let me try and let me try something different. I'm gonna move to the Sunday and see if I can squeeze out recording like a longer length YouTube video for y'all because I'm gonna start doing those more. I will start doing those more. So stay tuned for those. And until then, be well. Follow me here on the Yungfleur Instagram. I mean on the Yungfleur YouTube as well as on the Yungfleur Instagram. Let me know in the DMs if there's anything you want to see. And I will be back. Y'all have a good evening and enjoy your weekend as well, my loves. I'll see you. Take care. Bye bye.